Good morning students. Today I am going to start a new chapter which is digestive system. In this chapter we will study about the process of digestion or why we eat food, why we chew food, how the food that we take is it enters into our digestive system, it is digested, assimilated, and the energy in return we are getting from the food that we eat. What is the complete process of breakdown of the complex foods that we take, and by the what are the steps involved in this. So today we'll discuss about the basic structures that are involved in the process of digestion, in which we'll start with the mouth, the structures present in the mouth, and then we'll move to the next digestive system, and in the next class I'll describe you about the process of digestion. So today only the basics of digestive system. First you can see the diagram, but this diagram I'll explain you later on. First, the parts of a digestive system. Parts of a digestive system. The part of the digestive system, it starts with the mouth, then esophagus, then stomach, small intestine, large intestine, large intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus, plus the associated glands. Glands are the part of this complete digestive system, and this one, starting from the mouth to the anus, it is termed as alimentary canal. Alimentary canal. It starts with the mouth, it ends up to on the anus. So from the complete system is termed as alimentary canal, in every stage, the process of digestion is different. The pH of these structures changes just to help in the process of digestion, and this we'll study about today. We'll study about the mouth and the esophagus only. So let's start with this. Let's start with the first 2 points of the alimentary canal. In the alimentary canal, the first part is mouth. Now, what are the structures that you can observe in mouth is teeth, tongue, and one more thing, a liquid. What is this liquid? That I'll explain you. Teeth. First is the teeth. The food that we take inside, or the process of ingestion, taking in the food. When we take in the food, the first step that we do is chewing the food. Chewing the food. Now we say take small bites and chew the food nicely. Chewing the food helps to increase the surface area of the food. Increases the surface area. Surface area of food. Now why it is required? Why we are increasing the surface area? We want just to take inside, but we are increasing. We are chewing the food, and a muscular tongue is present in between these dentition, and the role of tongue is it helps in just mixing the saliva. Saliva. This liquid is saliva. Saliva, it contains an enzyme which is salivary amylase. Salivary amylase is the enzyme which plays an important role in digestion process, and the digestion process starts with from the mouth only, and it helps in the digestion of starch. Starch digestion, it starts with inside the mouth, or the it gets converted from starch to maltose or disaccharides. So saliva or salivary amylase, the first stage of digestion, starts with the mouth. Tongue helps in mixing. Tongue helps in mixing the food, with saliva. Now the food that we take is like this. When we make it a paste, it is like this, and the salivary amylase, it gets mixed completely with this food, and more is the surface area of the food, more the enzymes would get active on that part. If suppose I can explain, this is the food that we take, and after chewing we are making it like this paste. It spreads, then the surface area is this one, complete. The surface area increases, and this increase in surface area helps the enzyme to act more on the food particles, help in digestion. So it is always advised to take small bites and chew the food properly. Chewing and masticating it with saliva help in proper digestion of the food. And role of teeth is chewing to increase the surface area of food. Tongue help in mixing or masticating. The word for this is mastication. M-A-S-T-I-C-A-T-I-O-N. Mastication of food with saliva. So this mixing of food is mastication of food with saliva, mixing it to activate the enzymes, or to help the enzymes to digest the food that we take in. Next is the teeth. Types of teeth. Inside the mouth, teeth, it is of 4 types: I, C, P and M. Now what this is? I for incisors, C for canine, P premolar, and this is molar. Here, the number of these teeth is different for at different stages. Like for infants or the small children, the ICPM formula. It is maybe asked, write the ICPM formula or dental formula for this. For an infant, for a child, or for an adult. So for infants or for small kids, the ICPM formula is 2102 by 2102. Now what this is not mathematics. 2 incisor, 1 canine, no premolar, 2 molars. This is of half jaw, half upper one, half lower one. So this actually, if you are counting the total number in the upper or lower, then you have to double this one into 2. So 2102, half of the jaw. 2 incisor, 1 canine, no premolars, 2 molars. This is for this for infants. Then small child, this is 2122. All the numbers are same. In this place, premolars, 2 premolars are added. So this in the childhood or teenagers, or this 2 premolars are added. In adult, the formula is 2123. In this, only 1 plus 1 plus 1. That is 1 molar is added, which is the wisdom tooth. It comes at the last, in the later period of life, which is in the age group 21-22 years. so that it is the wisdom tooth, and it comes later on. So exact the 32, it becomes after the addition of this one molar teeth. So ICPM formula or dental formula is different for the different stages. For initial it is 2102, then in the middle age or childhood age it is 2122, and in adults it is 2123. Now the structure of a teeth. You can see the structure of a teeth, structure of a tooth, sorry. Here. Internal structures. Here you can see that first I am starting with the inner cavity. Inner cavity, which is the pulp cavity. Inner cavity, it contains the muscular part, or the muscular part along with the nerve fibers, along with the blood vessels. So in the pulp there is blood capillaries, there is nerve fibers, and so a little bit of muscular part is also present here. That is the living part of the teeth. Living part. Then next to this is the dentine. Dentine, which covers this one. I have made it striated. This striated structure is the dentine, and dentine is covered with a toughest substance of our body, which is enamel. Enamel is the toughest covering of the teeth or toughest substance of our body. Enamel is the white part that we can see is the enamel. Enamel part, or next to this is dentine, and inside this is the pulp cavity. Now this, all the teeth is embedded in the socket like structure, which is the gum. These two which that holds the teeth is the gum. Then next to the gum is a bony structure. If you touch that, the bony structure you can feel, and that is the jawbone. Inner to the jawbone is a single or thin membrane, which is periodontal membrane. In this structure, in the diagram, in your book it is not given periodontal, it is given in the next diagram. I have added it in this diagram only. So the single membrane or the thin membrane just next to the jawbone is the periodontal membrane, and the teeth is embedded in the socket with the help of a substance which is termed as cement or cementum. This which helps in fixing the teeth in the jaw or in the socket. So this. Now the three important part of the teeth is crown, neck, and root. The crown is the upper enamel part. Neck is the part which is embedded in the jaw, or which along with this upper part of lower part of the teeth and the jaw, it forms the neck. And the lower part, which contains the blood capillaries or the muscular part or the jawbone, all it is the root of the teeth. And this is the basic structure of the teeth. On the tongue, there are papilla, small outgrowths. On the tongue, small outgrowth can be seen, and these outgrowth, which is responsible for these outgrowths, are termed as papillae. And these papillae are important for these are also termed as taste buds. So whatever we eat, we are saying that it is salty, it is sweet, it is sour. So this taste is just because of these papillae, these taste buds, which is present on the tongue. So the role of tongue is, in spite of mixing, masticating the food with saliva, it gives the taste that we feel is just because of the small outgrowths or papillas or taste buds present on the tongue. So this is all about the basic structures and the digestion inside the mouth. After chewing or masticating, the food is engulfed in. It is taken inside. So next part is, after ingestion, it is engulfing the food, and this engulfing the food, it takes place through the here it is mouth, nasal cavity, pharynx, and a long tubular structure is the esophagus, then the J-shaped structure which is the stomach, then long tubular intestine. Now here, after this intestine is large intestine, this is the rectum and the anus. This is a rough diagram. Stomach, esophagus, here it is the nasal cavity or the nose cavity. This is mouth or oral cavity. Just after this is the pharynx. Now the point at which the nasal cavity and the oral cavity join, that point is the pharynx portion, and just near this is just close to this is the windpipe, and here an epiglottis is present. So when we eat the food, there may be the chances that the food may enter here. When it is always advised not to speak when you are eating something, because when you are eating there may be chances that this epiglottis or this flap may remain open and the food may enter instead of entering into the esophagus, it may enter into the windpipe. So just that's why we must avoid speaking while eating something. Now this is not the part of digestive system, so I am rubbing this. Next is the esophagus. This is stomach. This one small intestine. This is large intestine. Last one is rectum, and which ends into anus. Now from here, esophagus, by the contraction and relaxation, the food, when we take in the food, after chewing and mastication, forms bolus. Now this is the food that we engulf is the bolus. How it enters? It enters that there is contraction and relaxation of these muscles of the esophageal muscles. They contract and relax, and this pushes the food like this into the stomach. So the food enters into the esophagus by the contraction and relaxation of the esophageal muscles, and this contraction and relaxation, and this movement is termed, and there is a technical term for this contraction and relaxation, and that technical term is peristalsis. Bolus is the food that we engulf. Contraction and relaxation of esophageal muscles to push the food into the stomach is termed as peristalsis. This is all about the food digestion from mouth to mouth and leading to the stomach. Now in the next class we will study about the digestion process in the stomach. Thank you students for joining the class.